Pat, it's been almost 2 weeks with COP20. What are the main issues discussed during these 2 weeks related to what IUCN brought as a position paper, and what are the expectations that IUCN has that can come out from this COP?
Yeah, we're in the middle of the second week right now. We have the high level opening just behind us, and although we're hearing speeches right now, we've seen some progress already, both before negotiations began and now that we're here. Certainly, some of the bigger pieces that we've heard in the news have been helpful to change the tone here. And although we didn't see guidance on REDD+ and land use change that were significant, in the first week what we did see is a real focus on implementation. We saw countries presenting their reference levels. We saw emissions financing agreements for Ecuador and Colombia, nearly $65 million each. So what we see is a real movement forward in the negotiations, at least from the perspective of national preparations. And what I think we're hoping to see at the end of the 2 weeks here is that we have a useful text that can be considered in Geneva in February. Most importantly, that there's some clear guidance for countries on what they're going to submit in March, which is their INDCs, their intended nationally determined contributions. And so although there is noise behind me, although we are talking through and over speeches of world leaders, including Evo Morales from Bolivia, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, where activity and action is actually going to move forward is in the submissions of these INDCs, which are where countries will explain what they can do to keep us in a 2-degree world. And recently, 6 months ago, international organizations were requested to provide guidance, information, support, tools that could help countries explain what emissions reductions, adaptation, and financing tools are in place already to help us move forward with these national preparations. So IUCN is one of these organizations. I think our state members, our government agencies, and our organizational members all have a role to play in really, which is what we're seeing now, is a move, although needing a deal in Paris is critically essential, and getting negotiating text here is also important. Having the role of ecosystems, nature-based solutions, land use change, forests and other ecosystems, including coastal areas. Understanding what their contribution is to national preparations will be critically important, and that can only be successful if we have strong guidance here and a clean text to leave under the ADP.